Hello, welcome to the Daily Devotion. I'm Kathy Morris, pastor of the Dixon United Methodist Church. It has been my experience that most of us feel inadequate about our faith. We feel that we don't do enough or know enough. But really, there is no entrance exam, no SAT to become a follower of Christ. We don't have to get good grades in order to be accepted. In fact, what we are asked to remember time and time again is that our human knowledge and intelligence are insufficient for us to understand God and God's truth. We are all of us dependent upon God's revelation. God reveals God's truth to us. We really do not figure it out on our own. God's most perfect revelation to us was in Jesus. And Jesus is the one who teaches us that the gift of revelation is given to the humble. I'm reading Matthew chapter 11, verses 25 through 27 from the Common English Bible. At that time, Jesus said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you've hidden these things from the wise and intelligent and have shown them to babies. Indeed, Father, this brings you happiness. My Father has handed all things over to me. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wants to reveal him. We are always infants. We are always children when it comes to our faith and the life that we have in Christ. We are always learning, always growing. Christ is revealing new things to us with each new day. Alcuin of York was one of the great scholars of the 8th and the early 9th centuries. He had a tremendous influence on the leaders of his day. But as with all of the great scholars of history, they have understood the limits of their own understanding. Alcuin understood that Christ was the source of his wisdom, the source of his understanding, and we hear that in one of his prayers. Grant me grace, O Lord, to be strong and wise in all things. Give me a generous love. Fill me with the spirit of intelligence and wisdom. Let me always be mindful of others. O perfect and eternal light, enlighten me. One of the things that I find really interesting about this prayer is that Alcuin prays not only for his own enlightenment, but for an awareness of other people and for a generous spirit. Knowledge is good, but it is important for us to be aware that it is a gift given to us for the benefit of others. For a prayer exercise, what I'd like to suggest that you do is to sit with a Bible that is open. The Bible is indeed a symbol of the revelation of God's truth, a revelation made perfect in Christ. Then, as you're holding the Bible, then to extend it outward as though you are giving it to someone else. May this be a reminder that the wisdom we receive from Christ is indeed meant to be a benefit to others.